Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope we're all having a great day today and everyone is doing well. So in today's video I thought it would be actually quite a fun idea to go back a bit and look at the history of Siege and one important landmark that we had in Siege, which was Operation Health. Now I actually didn't even have the game in Operation Health. I joined at the very tail end and near the beginning of Operation Blood Orchid, so that's when I started first playing Siege. Before that I only really played like Black Ops 3 and stuff. But I joined at the end of Operation Health, so I didn't really experience the game before Health. And Health required quite a big sacrifice on Ubisoft's behalf, as Operation Health wasn't actually planned when they revealed the year 2 roadmap. They actually planned on having 4 separate seasons, 4 new maps, and that's how it was going to be. But then Operation Health had to be announced because they had to fix the game, and it caused the Hong Kong season to be postponed, which was when Ying and Legion were released and Theme Park, and it also cancelled the Polish season, and that is what I want to talk about today, is the Polish season. Now, we did get our operators from the Polish season. We got Zofia and Ela. They were spread out between the next 2 seasons, which were Operation Blood Orchid and Operation White Noise. We got Ela in Blood Orchid and Zofia in White Noise. But we were actually meant to be getting a Polish map by itself, and Ela and Zofia coming in their own season. But then that got cancelled because of Operation Health. Now I'm going to show on the screen right now the year 2 roadmap, and it was originally going to go. So season 1 was the Spanish season, so that was Velvet Shell. Then it would go on to season 2, which was the Hong Kong season, which would have been Blood Orchid. Then it would have been the Polish season. Then it would have been White Noise. But as we all know, it did not turn out like that. Now I actually find this very disappointing, considering that both Ela and Zofia are 2 of the most enjoyable DLC operators, and they've got a great story, they've got a great lore, they've got a great background, they have great weapons, and I just prefer both of them as operators much more than a lot of the other DLC operators. So it is very sad that we actually did not, get a map with their season, that we didn't get a season for them at all, and they were just spread out over the next 2 coming seasons. So I would kind of look into what their map could have been, and we don't actually have a lot to go off, and Ubisoft didn't really give us much to go off, and I'm pretty sure they would have already had the groundworks of the map, considering that they already had Velvet Shell, and then they would have been working on Blood Orchid, then it would have been the Polish season. So I think they would have had a rough idea what they were doing in the map. Definitely they wouldn't have had it ready, rough development, and it wouldn't have really been anywhere near to completion. But it still would have been a cool map that we could see, and hopefully maybe see in the future, or maybe we have seen that map in the future. Like I said, we don't actually know what they were working on. Maybe they've taken the plans of that map and already made a new map of it, or they're planning on making a new map of it, and I don't know, it's just very interesting, and we have really yet to learn what we were actually going to be getting in year 2 of season 3, if that were to have existed. An interesting thing I want to quickly look at is Ela's old bio. Now, this bio is very interesting because it shows this city in the background of it. Now, many people have pointed out that this city is it's a location in Wroclaw, I believe it's pronounced, which is where Ela is born. So, you could kind of brush it off and say, this is just showing where she is born. But it does look very detailed, and it looks like it maybe would have, led into the Polish map. So, we can see a cathedral on this. It's very iconic. It seems to be a landmark in this place. And maybe we had a cathedral map or something like that. That would have been a pretty new thing. Something we've never seen before is a cathedral. I don't know if there would have been some issues when it comes to how that represents and how they would be allowed to do that, because I know there are some issues when you're making video games where there's some kind of grounds you can't really touch, but some games some games go beyond that, some games like to refrain from going that far. But a cathedral map would have actually been very interesting. It would have had been a very big cathedral, but you do actually get very big, massive cathedrals. So, for our Polish season, we could have actually had a cathedral map, and with both Ella and Sophia coming out at the same time, and just a brand new season like that. It would have been very interesting, and if that actually works out, that would have actually been the season I joined the game, because then it wouldn't have been Blood Orchid, because when they delayed Blood Orchid and done Health, Blood Orchid then became Operation Season 3. So that's when I joined the game. But if the roadmap would have went without Operation Health, I would have joined in the Polish season. So that would have been very cool. But as we all know, we did not get our Polish season, but it does seem that we would have had maybe a cathedral map, which does seem very cool. So I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on this in the comment section below. There's not really much else I can talk about here, but it is just a very cool thing that we could have got, but sadly we just did not get in the end. Drop a like in this video if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I shall see you guys next video. Thanks for watching.